Coach, this was the second largest comeback of the season. You guys were down by as many as 19. How did this team find a way?
Yeah, it was just a barrage early. It felt, we just could not keep them in front of us. And we know they're a really good driving team. They just kept getting in the paint, spraying. Obviously, Klingen had 3 of them. The way to get back in, you just got to go possession by possession. Thankfully, we were able to do it almost immediately. We didn't wait to the second half. I think that helped us because we just had to spend so much energy. Even in the end of the first quarter, we started to catch a little rhythm, and then into the second, to where we at least closed the gap. And we felt at halftime, we were in a pretty good place after all of that in the first quarter. So, good road win, a lot of grit, a lot of just resilience, mental resilience to overcome some of that shot making early on.
It was a career night for Colin too. Just how big was he and kind of the momentum and some of the energy plays that he created?
Massive. Yeah, he just doesn't stop moving. His energy. We're asking him to do a lot right now, and just his ability to move without the ball on top of his shot making off the dribble. He was able to find. Even when he got inside the three-point line, he kept his dribble alive, really tried to probe for some teammates. Just overall. And then they're coming at you on the other end. It doesn't stop on the other end. They play super fast, especially for a Western Conference team. And they drive the ball as well as anyone. So it's an unrelenting style that they play on their offense that really puts a lot of pressure on you.
Coach, it felt like, at least with Gillespie, Holiday was giving him doing what Holiday did, like you said, in the pregame, and then you made an adjustment, having him play off the ball. How big was that? And then Colin did start to make the adjustment with Holiday. How big was maybe both of those aspects of the game?
Yeah, and there's like a selflessness to it all, knowing that you have it going, but at certain points, trusting your teammate. And that's what we said, whoever Holiday's not on is going to be the primary initiator. And that's what we had to get to at the end of the game. Drew's done it so many different years, so many different ways. You could just feel his presence. Both sides. I thought Holiday was really good. I thought offensively in the first half, he really helped calm them down at times when we thought we could speed them up. And then defensively, he's as good as they get. So just trying to be wise, have multiple ball handlers out there, multiple guys that can attack, especially down the stretch.
I thought, because usually you have a situation where if you go small with Oso or stay with Mark, it looked like it both worked tonight. How were you finding that yin and yang? Okay, when to go with Oso, and then you obviously close with Mark.
Yeah, great point. I think they're in the fourth. Oso had been out there for a long stretch, and we know he's almost like the secondary initiator at times with so much pressure the way they do it. It's the point guard and him at times. So we knew we had to give him a break. And then I thought Mark had a huge offensive rebound when we were kind of stuck a little bit. Again, just his size, his ability to catch above the rim, his ability to finish really came into play there late in the game in the fourth.
It looked like you mentioned tried to speed him up, but I thought that helped start to flip the game a little bit because they started to speed up on offense. They weren't getting the rhythm threes that they were earlier. I mean, I'm assuming that was the objective, the speed.
I mean, they do turn it over. That's what they've done on the season. But that's usually without Drew Holiday in the lineup. So we felt him and Wesley's speed really bothered us right off the bat. So we did make it a slight adjustment on what we were doing with those guys. And then Goody's energy there in the fourth really helped us again. Just his on-ball presence. I thought Ryan had good minutes. We tried to pack it in a little bit more instead of get overextended. That way they weren't in the paint catch and shoot threes. So they're tough. They get in the paint. They have as many handlers as they can get out there. And then they went small, obviously, without a 5 there down the stretch. So, tough, gritty. Needed everyone. It just felt like on these road wins, you don't know where you're going to get them from, especially this time of year. As we get into the All-Star break, these guys continue to stay locked in, play with the utmost energy.
You mentioned how Grayson, give him the ball, man, let him create. Obviously, he did that at the end of the game. Maybe what was it like? What's it been like for you seeing that growth in him as a player, where now you can give him the ball in certain situations at the end of the game that he can deliver?
massive. We've talked about it, and we want him with the basketball. We know we're going to get a good shot up, whether it's him or whether it's a teammate. He just has a knack to get into the paint. He has a knack to get fouled. He has a knack to just make plays, and we trust him with the ball in his hands. So that's just an added piece that we have when we do get fully healthy, that we're going to have another ball handler that not only can shoot it, not only can defend, but then also make plays off the bounce.
Last thing I had, I know that, you're big on finishing games strong, and it got a little, itchy at the end is, I guess, the way I can put it. How do you teach that, or teach your moments from that, to make it to where, okay, this can't happen, or we can't do this, we can't turn it over, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, obviously it was a turnover there. I think Grayson just slipped. Would love it for not to be in the corner. We were down to one timeout because of the timeouts we used earlier. Then we missed a couple free throws. But I thought overall our looks were good. We at least got a shot up the majority of the time. I think they got at least one offensive rebound. If we could have just rebounded, the game could have been over a little sooner. But these are good. These are good moments on the road. I thought the environment here was really good. Late game, a little bit different. As we go into the break, I think these are nights that we'll learn from it for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
We're doing